Hi, everybody. My name is Brett Harvey, and I am the debate coach for the Mississippi State Speech and Debate Council. And on behalf of all of the members of the council and our coaching staff, I want to welcome you to the award ceremony for the fifth annual and first and hopefully only virtual Cowbell Classic. I want to thank everybody who's been involved so far, all of our students, for what's been an incredibly smooth tournament. We are ahead of schedule. I'm going to try to get this video out as quickly as I can because I know what you care about is not hearing me talk, but it's the awards. But I want to do the usual thing that we do when we have regular award ceremonies, which is thank some very important people, make a few announcements, and then we'll run through the awards so that you can find out what you have, how you have placed, because I know you want that. So right off the bat, as with all award ceremonies, I want to say thanks to the people who made the tournament run. And first and foremost in that group would be our tab staff. That would include Rachel Clapper from Madison Central, Micah Everson from Murrah, and Shane Cole from Oak Grove. They have been doing a tremendous work throughout the year to make these tournaments run. I also want to thank my wife, Sonia Harvey, who's been a great help to me because I don't know anything about running these virtual tournaments. She's also been running the extemp prep at this tournament. But really, all of those folks have done just a fantastic job, and everyone who's competing and everyone in forensics in Mississippi owes a debt of gratitude to them. I'm sure those of you in other states have coaches who've done the same thing there. So virtual round of applause for them. I want to thank our team who's done a great job coming through and judging, our head coach Cheryl Chambers for all of her help, just running the logistics of the team day to day. Really appreciate that. I hate that they can't be here for the award ceremony, but they were incredibly impressed with what they saw from all of you. I want to thank our MSU administration. They are so supportive of us financially and in terms of our competitive efforts. We've had a wonderful year this year competing virtually, had a lot of success, and their support is a big reason for that. I want to thank all of the judges, both from the schools and from Mississippi State and some from the community who've been a part of this. They have been on the spot overwhelmingly for the most part, right where we needed them, done a fantastic job. And looking at some of the feedback that you've gotten, it's been fantastic. We're very grateful to them. And then, of course, our gratitude to all of your coaches. We've named a couple of them already, but every school has a person out there who is making this happen. And in particular, in a year like this, when we have a pandemic, when virtual speech and debate had to basically be summoned up out of the ground from nothing so that we would have an activity, these are the people that made it happen. You will never know until you're older how much you owe your coaches and what kind of debt you're into them. You'll never be able to pay them back. I mean, unless of course you can. Like if you patent something really valuable and you can buy them a car or pay off their mortgage, you should definitely do that. But you'll never know how much you owe them. They have been lifesavers. They have kept this activity afloat, and we all owe them a tremendous debt of gratitude. Another debt of gratitude that we owe at Mississippi State is to the Stennis Center for Public Service. The Stennis Center is a nationwide focusing center funded by Congress that focuses on leadership and in part on leadership for young people. They have once again been a partner in sponsoring this year's Cowbell Classic. They have for many years now. We are partnering on some other interesting things with them that I'll hopefully be able to talk about soon, but they're just a wonderful group. It's so much bigger than just our tournament. They are a sponsor of the National Student Congress, and they really believe in the power of speech and debate. I have a message that I want to share with you from their director, Dr. Brian Pugh. I'm sort of a technological Luddite, and I was trying to figure out how to edit it into this video, and I realized if I used my editing software for like our YouTube channel, it would triple the time it takes to get this out. So I'm going to use a little bit of a shortcut here, and I'm literally going to turn the camera around and face my other screen so that you can watch the video. But we're incredibly grateful to Dr. Pugh and to the center. So let me see if I can do this, okay? All right. So let's see if this works.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Brian Pugh, and on behalf of the Stennis Center for Public Service, I would like to thank you all for participating in this year's Cowbell Classic Tournament. The Stennis Center for Public Service is a federal legislative branch agency created by Congress in 1988 to promote and strengthen the highest ideals of public service throughout America. This is the Stennis Center's 5th year sponsoring this event because we are big fans of speech and debate. Thank you, Brett Harvey, for making this tournament possible, and we look forward to seeing you this time next year for another amazing tournament. Good evening.
Okay, so that actually worked out better than I thought it would. So again, we're really, really grateful to the Stennis Center, to Dr. Pugh, and all the wonderful folks over there. So with that, another announcement I need to do is that we are also very fortunate this year to be a NIETOC bid school in individual events. There's a little bit that they want us to read to make sure everybody gets the message. So let me do a little bit from that script before we finally do get to the actual awards. So here we go. We're pleased to announce that this competition is a bid tournament for the 2021 National Individual Events Tournament of Champions, or NIETOC. The NIETOC National Tournament will be held May 7th through 9th, 2021 at J. Frank Dobie High School in Houston, Texas, or held virtually if the situation dictates. Looks like that'll be the case, but we'll see. We will be announcing the bid levels in each of the events as we go through. Most of them will be either the first place or the first through third place, but we will get to that. Getting a bid will earn you one bid to the tournament. Once a second bid is earned, the contestant is fully qualified to compete at the NITOC National Tournament. If you have any questions about the qualification process or the tournament, please go to www.nietoc.com for more information. Let's see here. I wanted us to also remind you that some contestants may automatically be qualified based on last year's performance, and you can learn more about that at nietoc.com. So we're really grateful to them for having a bid. Okay, so let's get to the awards. Awards this year, I hate that we can't provide our massive trophies that we always do because having to ship them to you would have tripled our cost. So I do hate that, but I know that it's not just about the hardware, but we did want to give you something. So we're going to be using these very nice medals for most of our individual awards. They look really nice. They've kind of got like a little two-tone thing on them. So this is what you'll be getting for first through whatever in most of the events. And next year, I promise, it's back to the trophies. We do have our usual really cool sweepstakes trophies and plaques and our patented trademark, whatever it is, cowbells for the individual sweepstakes awards. They're back there, and we'll be shipping those to you. So without any further ado, we're going to go in the order of debate, then individual events, and then sweepstakes awards. So let's get started. In Student Congress, placing 8th from Oxford High School, Noah Amidon. Placing 7th from Northwest Rankin, Evie O'Gwen. Placing 6th from Northwest Rankin, Lily Toller. Placing 5th from Oak Grove High School, Davis Lynn. Placing 4th from Oxford High School, Fawaz Ahmad. Placing 3rd from Jackson Preparatory School, Edward Wilson. Placing 2nd from Oak Grove High School, Hans Alazri, meaning that your champion from Madison Central is Madison Biggerstaff. And if you want at home, we can follow the one clap rule for all of these folks and then do a virtual round of applause for the champion. Moving on to policy debate. Placing 4th from Murrah High School, Annabelle Morgan and Alexandria Williams. Placing 3rd from St. Andrew's Episcopal School, Joy Dar and Patton Lane. Placing 2nd from Oak Grove High School, Jonathan Bai and Tappan Kodakalapudi. And placing 1st from University Independent, Jax Armstrong and Elijah Tabachnik. So a round of applause for them. And I do apologize in advance. Some of you I've met and some of you I haven't. And if I do get your name wrong, I do that all the time in life, and I sincerely apologize. But nonetheless, congratulations. It's completely my fault. I'm sorry if I'm detracting from your accomplishment. Moving on to public forum debate. Reaching quarterfinals from Murrah High School, Julian Beecham and Fatima Wansley. Reaching quarterfinals from Oxford High School, Claire Boudreau and Ina Kong. Reaching quarters from Oak Grove High School, Ian Choi and Callan Zhao. And reaching quarters from St. Andrew's Episcopal School, Austin Brown and Abhirup Chatterjee. In semifinals, your semifinalists are from Hoover High School, Midun Sadanand and Peter Shin. And from Oak Grove High School, Ethan Choi and Vignesh Karthik. That set up a final round between Oak Grove High School and Oxford High School. In second place, from Oak Grove High School, the team of Susam Haidt and Ayan Kamal, which means that your champion from Oxford High School is the team of Emmanuel Ting and Glenn Walker. Moving to Lincoln Douglas debate. Your quarterfinalists are from Murrah High School, Parker Hansen. From Oxford High School, Captain Alexander. From Oxford High School, Claire Sisdiel. I apologize if I didn't get that right. And from Starkville High School, Samuel Harvey. Your semifinalists are from Petal High School, Anson Chenault. And from Oak Grove High School, Noah Williamson. That set up a final round between Starkville High School's Ben Harvey and Madison Central's Sarah Grace Sheridan. In second place from Starkville High School, Ben Harvey, meaning that your champion is from Madison Central High School, Sarah Grace Sheridan. That's it for debate, so we'll move on now to individual events. We're going to go in alphabetical order, so maybe you can figure out where your event lies. In declamation, placing 6th from Purvis High School, Kelby Wingo. Placing 5th from Northwest Rankin High School, Makina Bailey. Placing 4th from Germantown High School, Isabel White. Placing 3rd from Jackson Prep, Edward Wilson. Placing 2nd from Madison Central High School, Shreya Sinha, which means that your champion from Laurel Christian School is Grace Davis. 1 second, really quickly. Got a message coming from the tab room here. Moving to dramatic interpretation. Placing 6th from Oak Grove High School, Alex Yang. Placing 5th from Boone County High School, Katie Gardner. Placing 4th from Oak Grove High School, Haley Little. Your top 3 finishers will receive legs to the NIETOC, and they are placing 3rd from Gulf Breeze High School, Zach Helms. Placing 2nd from Westmore High School, Brooklyn Kaffenberger, which leaves your champion, also from Westmore High School, Cecilia Alali. Moving to duet acting. Placing 4th from Purvis High School, Reagan Marsteller and Daniel Moreno. Placing 3rd from Purvis High School, Catherine Ladner and Kelby Wingo. Placing 2nd from Petal High School, Alicia Moore and Aaron Moore, which leaves your top finisher receiving a bid to the NIETOC and your champion from Westmore High School, Cecilia Alali and Evan Howell. Next up, duo Interp. Placing 6th from Oak Grove High School, Dan Nguyen and Alex Yang. Placing 5th from Purvis High School, Daniel Moreno and Rebecca Puckett. Placing 4th from Boone County High School, Katie Gartner and Robert Sainer. Placing 3rd from Madison Central High School, Patricia Bethay and Jason Tu. Placing 2nd from Purvis High School, Catherine Ladner and Reagan Marsteller, which leaves your champion placing 1st and receiving a bid to the NIETOC from Westmore High School, Destiny Ryan and Ashley Wood. That brings us to extemporaneous speaking. In 6th place, from Northwest Rankin High School, Kyla Hunter. Placing 5th from Madison Central High School, Kane Biggerstaff. Placing 4th from Germantown High School, Aubrey Weathersby. Placing 3rd from Oxford High School, Fakir Bayen. Placing 2nd from Madison Central High School, Jason Tu, which leaves your champion in 1st place and receiving a bid to the NIETOC from Oak Grove High School, Hannah Jude Rost. Moving to humorous Interp. Placing 6th from Oak Grove High School, Alex Yang. Placing 5th from Westmore High School, from Westmore High School, Harper Mays. Placing 4th from Petal High School, Rayburn Paris. Placing 3rd from Purvis High School, Catherine Ladner. Placing 2nd from Gulf Breeze High School, Zach Helms, which leaves your champion in 1st place and receiving a bid to the NIETOC from Westmore High School, Cecilia Alali. That brings us to informative speaking. Placing 6th from Oak Grove High School, Christopher Fan. Placing 5th from Oak Grove High School, Susam Height. Placing 4th from Madison Central High School, Rebecca Woodruff. Placing 3rd from Madison Central High School, Julia Van Lake. Placing 2nd from Madison Central High School, Neely Kenil. Excuse me, I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I think it's Kenil, I believe. Which leaves your champion in 1st place and receiving the NIETOC bid from Peak to Peak Charter Independent, Alvina Zhang. That leaves Original Oratory. Placing 6th from Oak Grove High School, Susam Height. Placing 5th from Presbyterian Christian School, Sarah Spencer. Placing 4th from Madison Central High School, Madison Biggerstaff. Which leaves your top 3 finishers all receiving bids to the NIETOC. And they are in 3rd place from Oak Grove High School, Ethan Choi. In 2nd place from Oak Grove High School, Hans Elazri. And placing 1st from Madison Central High School, Sarah Grace Sheridan. That brings us to poetry Interp. Placing 6th from Madison Central High School, Rebecca Woodruff. Placing 5th from Cleveland High School, Stella Greenboss. Placing 4th from Oxford High School, Emmanuel Tang. Placing 3rd from Madison Central High School, Nina Galt. Placing 2nd from Madison Central High School, Julia Van Lake. And placing 1st, your champion from Laurel Christian School, Neely Robertson. That brings us to Program of Oral Interpretation. Placing 6th from Oak Grove High School, Alex Yang. Placing 5th from Laurel Christian School, Neely Robertson. Placing 4th from Oak Grove High School, Haley Little. Placing 3rd from Westmore High School, Olivia Schultz. Placing 2nd from Boone County High School, Robert Sainer, which leaves your champion in 1st place and receiving a bid to the NIETOC from Gulf Breeze High School, Zach Helms. That brings us to our final individual event, Prose Interpretation. Placing 6th from Madison Central High School, Rebecca Woodruff. Placing 5th from Cleveland High School, Stella Greenboss. Placing 4th from Oxford High School, Emmanuel Ting. Placing 3rd from Madison Central High School, Julia Van Lake. Placing 2nd from Madison Central High School, Nina Galt. Placing 1st from Laurel Christian School, and your champion, Neely Robertson. And that brings us to sweepstakes. We will start off, as always, with our individual sweepstakes awards. And they are these beautiful, lovely cowbells with plaques on them, provided courtesy of the Office of the Provost and Executive Vice President here at MSU, who's been so supportive of our team. So if you get one of these, you would normally be expected to ring it, so I will go ahead and ring it on your behalf. So the top 3 overall performers, and these are just the top 3 people across speech and debate in terms of scoring sweepstakes points for their teams, the MVPs, if you will, of the tournament. And they are in 3rd place, receiving this one actually, from Laurel Christian School, Neely Robertson. So there we go. In 2nd place, from Madison Central High School, Sarah Grace Sheridan. And in 1st place, and your overall individual sweepstakes champion from Westmore High School, Cecilia Alali. So there we go. Hail State, right? Okay. Next, we come to a very important award, which is the Deb and Phil Rabinowitz Sweepstakes Award for Debate. This focuses only on debate events, Congress, policy, public forum, and Lincoln Douglas. It is named after a couple who are very near and dear to the hearts of us in the speech and debate program here at Mississippi State. Deb Rabinowitz was a student here back during the Civil Rights era. She was a person who actually ended up suing Mississippi State to force them to allow a pro-integration civil rights speaker to come on campus. She was a student leader on campus. She went on to be a leader in academia. She and her husband, Phil, have been incredibly generous to this program and wanted to ensure that it continued to provide debate opportunities for students from all across the country. I wish I had time. I know we were kind of trying to get this video under 20 minutes. I could tell you a ton about them. They're amazing, amazing people, and we're incredibly grateful to them. But we've named the Sweepstakes Award for them, and we do that every year. So without further ado, the Sweepstakes Awards in debate. And they are, in 3rd place, Madison Central High School. And by the way, you'll be getting one of these lovely plaques, which are wrapped for us to send to you if you get 2nd or 3rd place. So in 3rd place, Madison Central. In 2nd place, Oxford High School. And that leaves your champion in debate sweepstakes in 1st place, Oak Grove High School. And they will, of course, receive one of the really nice trophies back there. That leaves your overall sweepstakes award. This is for all events at the tournament put together. And they are, without any further ado, in 3rd place, Westmore High School. In 2nd place, Madison Central High School. And that leaves your champion in 1st place, Oak Grove High School. We will be boxing up the awards and packing them and sending them to you as soon as we possibly can. It may give us a week or so. Again, we want to thank every single one of you, especially schools from across the country, those of you who aren't from around here. I hope that maybe some of you, if you're close enough, will find a way to join us here on campus because it's so much fun to get to meet you in person. But we're really grateful that we got to have you join us virtually. It's been a wonderful tournament. Again, thanks to the people who ran it. We are so grateful to you for being here. And so we will say goodbye until next year. Thanks so much. And hopefully we'll see you about this time next year, live and in person. So until then, I'll just leave you with a Hail State.